Okay, hey Monty, what's up? Yeah, the problem is I don't have the chat window, so I gotta keep looking at the chat again and again. So give me one sec, let me figure something out. Awesome. All right, I think audio is weird, like double voice. Is that actually happening? Is it still double? Chat is disabled? No, dude, chat is there. No, no, no. I started another live stream. Use this link, Khalif. Might be a problem from your end on because it seems fine for Sumit and Monty. Yeah, you know what? You guys can use the chat in Discord if you want. I'm gonna check how the live stream is going. Chat in Discord if you want. Nah, I think it's going pretty good. Okay, use the Discord chat to communicate just for this stream because I still need to figure out how this thing works. All right. So for now, let's get started. Are you guys here? Yeah, yeah. I'm using the Discord chat. So I think there's a delay. I don't know, like a 60 or 30-second delay between what I'm saying and what you guys are hearing. You know what? If the YouTube is not comfortable, what I can do is I can record the streams that I do on Discord and upload it to YouTube. That works well for me. If you guys want that, I can do it right now. Okay, cool. So let's start with. There's a slight delay in text delivery. Other than that, everything is fine. Don't know what other things. Okay, yeah, dude. I think this should be fine. Right? Let's try YouTube. Just this once, and let's get the feedback after the stream. Okay. Let's start with Bitcoin. Right. I pushed out a newsletter today for FX Street, and I did a small TA, which is really interesting, and I want to share that with you guys here. Okay. So basically, what I have right now is Bitcoin chart, but on a 6 hour time frame. And what you're seeing right now is RSI with its normal settings. Nothing's changed there. Then we have stochastic indicator. Beware, this is not a stochastic RSI, but just a stock indicator. So what I have right now is length at 14, which is default. Uh, K smoothing is at 3, but the percentage D smoothing is at also 3. Usually the default settings are so 1, but instead of that, I've made it as 3. These are the settings that I'm using from a stochastic indicator. And you can see, let's ignore the RSI for now, right? So every time RSI forms, the stochastic indicator forms a bearish crossover above the overbought region, Bitcoin price has dropped. You can see this has happened 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times in the last 64 days, right? And every single time, stochastic has produced a bearish crossover above the overbought zone, Bitcoin prices dropped quite a bit. Now, there were a few times, like when this happened in the overbought region, you can see there wasn't much, it wasn't a big drop, basically, is what I'm saying. Right? So you can see the price dropped 1% and then it dropped 1.18%, right? But to add more kind of weight to this particular thesis of mine, I'm going to take a look at RSI. You can see here that RSI, so These two events are really important because in here the RSI, as you can see, it was above the overbought region when this bearish crossover happened. Again, the same thing happened here as well, and you can see during both times, Bitcoin price dropped roughly 27% here and 12% here. So a combination of stochastic RSI's bearish crossover above the overbought zone with RSI in the overbought zone leads to a maximum drawdown or correction or a trend reversal, in my opinion. And right now, what we have is an amazing setup. We have RSI above the overbought region, and then we have stochastic RSI attempting to, or maybe even like starting to reverse in this area. So if there is a bearish crossover here, then we are primed, at least Bitcoin is primed for a trend reversal. Now, why do I think this is? So even before I get there, right, I want to mention that the price could continue doing what it did here, right? Something like this. It can continue to hover here, right, while Bitcoin price goes higher. Now that is a possibility. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I'm not saying it will come down. Right? It will retrace. It could stay here for longer periods of time. But in the case that it does produce a bearish crossover and come back down, right now is the best place to be shorting Bitcoin. Right. So so this is my primary thesis, right? So let's get into the actual stuff, the TA stuff. Right, so as you can see here, we have a 4-hour FVG, which is almost filled. And if you look at this particular down move, if you guys remember, if you guys were present in the last stream, you guys know that using fib is really a very simple tool. You can use it to determine potential reversals. What's happening right now is that the price has tagged the midpoint of this particular move, and it is a good enough spot to trigger a reversal, right? Sometimes it goes all the way up to 60.5. I mean 62 or 70.5. There is a possibility that we could go up here, get rejected down here, or we could, start getting rejected down here, or we could start getting rejected down here. So there are multiple possibilities, right? But considering the what's happened here so far, right? You can see this drop over here. This was one particular drop, one expansive move. Expansive move, price goes back to the midpoint, forms a top, then crashes again, right? Then we have this particular drop here. Price goes just above 50 and then retraces down again. And now finally we have this particular move here. And the midpoint of that was already here. We retested the midpoint, kind of came extremely close to retesting it, but we did not technically retest it. So that is another thing. So yeah, so after this midpoint retested, there's still a lot of liquidity resting below this equal lows, which has completely been uncollected. Then we have a 4-hour FVG present here, and then the liquidity resting below these higher lows. Right, so all of that combined. So let me just take all of this out. So all of this combined, in my opinion, at least the coincidence or the retest of the midpoint here of this particular move, combined with the stochastic and RSI thing that's happening, I strongly believe that I should short here. I might be unsuccessful, I might get stopped out, it's fine, but I still believe that we're not too far away from forming a local top, right? So like I mentioned, right, we either form a top here in this particular area, right? Or if you look at this big picture, right, this whole thing, this is a good triple tap setup, right? First test, deviation above the swing high, and then we retest this level again. Right? That's the only other possibility. So if I were to put this in terms of setup, right, we either short this right here for equal lows, put our stop loss here. Not a great setup in my opinion, but this is your pilot position. This is where you start opening short positions. Add to it around here. And then we have another one where we're gonna be adding another position here. Right, the stop loss for this is also going to be something like this. Right, so basically this is what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. uh, I don't want to see this happen, right? I don't want to see price go back up here. So honestly, I'm expecting it to start dropping directly from here. If it does, it's pretty good, right? Because there's not a lot of inefficiencies present at the upside, in my opinion. The only thing that's left here is the FEG here, extending from 17.5 to 17.6, and then basically the liquidity present above all these wicks was collected by this particular candlestick here. So it's we are in a place where, like, I think we have to wait a little more to get some sort of a top signal to short Bitcoin. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna be patient. It might happen tonight, overnight, or it could happen by New York Open tomorrow or London Open tomorrow. So I'm not quite sure, but I'm gonna be patient. I'm not gonna blatantly open a long position here. But before we decide that, let's take a look at the lower 1 hour time frame, right? On the 1 hour time frame, you can clearly see there's divergences happening here. This is going down. This is going up. So I don't know. I could potentially give it a shot. It's happening with 12 hour RSI. Bearish divergence all around. Hobart region. Let's see what the TD indicator is saying. Oh shit! On a 1 hour time frame, we have a sell signal. When was the last time we got the sell signal? Buy signal here. After this, price rallied 3, 7, 13%. Buy signal here, price rallied 19%. Sell signal. Let's actually take a look at it in this chart. So it'll be much more. Shit. Give it some time, guys. Okay, we have TI. Okay, cool. As you can see here on a 6 hour time frame, the candlestick count is 4. Nothing interesting. Okay, actually, the 6 hour time frame has been pretty accurate in terms of local top formation. As you can see here, first sell signal, we drop again, sell signal, drop again, sell signal, drop again. This was amazing. Honestly, I think, like, if you just look at this chart, right, you could potentially wait like a few more candlesticks, 1, 2, 5 more, or even 4 more for that matter. How does it look on a 1 day time frame? Sell signal. Sell signal. I'm a little confused, honestly, to be very honest. I'm might try opening a small position on a 1 hour time frame, as shown here. Yeah, let's actually take a look at uh, Coinalyze to see order flow and see what's happening there. Maybe that'll provide us more with more information, right? So where I'm going with this, like the reason why I'm taking my time with Bitcoin is that once we kind of get our bias on Bitcoin, I can decide if I want to short altcoins or not, like decisively, basically. So okay, the OI is pretty much the same. Spot is not looking great, pretty much flat. There is a little bit of interest from futures, but I don't see anything really interesting. There's a lot of short liquidations happening here, which is good. In my opinion, let's can we get 6 hour here? Perfect, right? So let's actually check 1 over here. Here, another one over here, another one over here. Okay. Mm, I can see okay, I can see clusters of short liquidations. That's what I want to check actually before. So usually when the price reverses, right, it traps in early shorters. Like if the price wants to go down, it will trap a lot of short sellers, early short sellers in the market. That's basically engineering liquidity. I've already talked about it a few times. And then the price actually starts going down. That way it can trap the most amount of traders or investors. So you can see here, right? Bearish crossover on the stochastic. You can see before that there was a lot of short selling happening. Same here, short selling happening, and now we're getting a lot of short sellers happening. But yeah, this is basically another confirmation for me. So let's see what happens. Looking pretty good. I think I'm just gonna wait until London open tomorrow and take it from there. Right. So, but my overall outlook is that I'm a little bearish on the market right now. Okay, Ethereum's yeah, I would be much more comfortable if Ethereum sweeps this and then starts coming down because again, you can see like for Bitcoin, there's a lot of liquidity that's virtually been uncollected. Actually, hold up, this was not the chart. Yep, there you go. So there's it could go all the way up to 1375, 1400 for that matter because there's virtually no liquidity. There's a lot of inefficiency present here. So honestly, I wouldn't even mind if it goes up to 1450 and then we short it from there. There's a ton of uncollected liquidity down here at 1150 and then there's some more at 1071. So if Bitcoin does drop down to 15,400, 15,443, uh, or at least up to 16,000. I think there's a pretty good chance we see Ethereum come down to at least it is 1150. Might not get this, we may get this, I'm not sure. But one thing that I've noticed is that in this cycle, Ethereum's dropped like the basically the whole drop from its all-time high. Bitcoin price has dropped some 75, 71%, I'm not sure, but Ethereum's dropped more than that. So with that in mind, I feel like there's a pretty good chance Ethereum's going to crash a lot harder. But I believe from a long-term perspective, it Ethereum is the best bet, right? You would the two coins, if I had a lot of money to invest, if I was a whale, right, I would basically, whales have already started accumulating LTC 6 months ago. So Ethereum and Litecoin are like the two best coins to invest right now. They have a lot of uh, capital that's going to flow into them. So yeah, that is basically what's happening with Ethereum. And my XRP order, the setup was pretty neat, but I wasn't patient enough, and we're almost at take profit level. So not a lot has changed. You can see there's uh, there's liquidity at 0.374, and after that we have this massive cluster of resistance here, basically extending from 0.38 to say zero point 0.4. But once we kind of flip zero point 0.4, I think it's a pretty good place to shoot up to 0.45, right? But in my opinion, I think we retest this, go into this particular pocket, right, and then retrace back down again. I don't think XRP is going to retrace a lot as compared to other altcoins, so I'm basically favoring this particular outcome for XRP. Mm, what's next? Yeah, so basically the two dominant narratives that are currently present in the market are basically the Ethereum Shanghai upgrade, because of which you can see a lot of Ethereum centric coins have rallied quite a bit. First, it was Lido. I think it rallied what, like 175%, starting from Jan. Yep, so 165% from here, 175% from up here. Pretty good rally for Lido, and then we have ENS. I think it's rallied 40%. Right, so all these coins, okay, just 20%. So all these coins have had a pretty good rally, and now I think it's time to short. I was too early shorting Lido around here, here, and here. I was looking at Lido for quite a while, but there was not a lot of confirmation for me here. Right, we're currently at the, I think it was in 15-minute time frame. Yep. We're currently over here. Maybe if you get something like this, push above and then back into this range, this is where I would consider shorting Lido, right? And how that looks on a high time frame perspective is basically something like this. And if you just use a fib extension from this point to this point, we're already at a midpoint level, so maybe something like this, 28% downswing. This is what I'm looking at for Lido. ENS. ENS on a 4 hour time frame, there is a sell signal. Uh, Not as reliable as I would want it to be, because you can see sell signal, then it dropped. Buy signal rallied quite a bit. Sell signal dropped. Sell signal. We could potentially see it drop. Like even if we do short it now, there's a possibility we might get stopped. So I'm not gonna set any stop losses. So maybe something like this, a 5% downswing. Maybe another push up, rejection, retest, and then we go back down. Or come back down here, retest this, and then we go up, come back down, reject, and then we go down. So either way, Lido is also looking good. Might be able to get a shot at 12.64. Down into this level at 11.86. Hold up. Let's check what the midpoint is. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is fine. This should be fine. 6% short position for Lido. Enos. So that's all I have for now from my end. If you guys have any questions or requests, okay, optimism is optimism. Okay, we still kind of failed to collect the liquidity, but it seems like we're in a pretty good place. Okay, there's a sell signal happening for optimism on a 1 day time frame. Is the sell signal reliable? One over here, another one over here, another one over here. Okay, looks pretty good. Might take this short as well. On a 4 hour time frame, also there's a sell signal. Higher highs. Okay, there is the developing bearish divergence happening on the 4 hour, 1 hour. What's happening on the daily or bot? Bearish divergence on the 1 day time frame as well. Yeah, we're right in the middle of daily supply zone. I think optimism is also pretty good for a short. Looks a lot like distribution packing here. I think I'm gonna short optimism right now. It does look pretty good, right? This is where the buying climax happened, right? And then we have automatic reaction down here, a secondary test, this or this. And then we should have gotten a secondary test in B, which we didn't get, it's fine. And then we have upthrust, followed by an upthrust after distribution, which we may or may not get. Let's take this out. Buying climax, technically it should happen above this. Right, something like this, followed by a move down. And then we're gonna get last point of supply. And then we have AR down here. Right, or maybe you can consider this as STB. Oh, this is a sign of weakness, my bad. ST, right? That's it. That's pretty much it. So if you do want to short it, this looks pretty good, right? And then there's a lot of inefficiency from a 15% downswing, looks good. As for the stop loss, right? So I'm a little worried because we're extremely close. Okay, let's take a big picture outlook and see what's happening, right? Let's see what's happening in terms of liquidity. Okay. There's one here, which is where we are right now. Decent amount of liquidity everywhere. Might not get above this or above this, in my opinion. Yeah, there is a potential we might go above 1.42. So with that in mind, if you do put this as 1.42, which is looks nice, yeah. Let's actually make it 5%. Yeah. Okay. On a 4 hour time frame. Holy shit. This is where things have changed. I think this is 62% retracement down here. Yeah, perfect. 62% retracement. So I'm gonna consider this all the way up to what we have right now over here. So with that in mind, I think we wouldn't be wrong. Actually, yeah, I think this is fine. Let's not get greedy. I think this is a good setup. Do we get down? Yeah, it's happening right now. So just give me 1 sec. Let me open a short position. Until then, if you guys have any requests, please let me know in the chat. You can either do it in Discord or you can do it in the YouTube thing. Geez, what's wrong with my Binance app? One point 360. Okay. Shit. Messed up, but okay. I think it shouldn't matter. Okay, I'm done with my position. Do you guys have any requests? Holy crap, wait. Near, Ape, Woo, and BNB. Okay, just give me one sec. Okay, cool. Let's do. What was that? Near, right? I heard near. Near. Okay, we get another daily green candlestick. It's gonna be a sell signal. So a long way to go for near. Uh, but like I mentioned, right, with what's happening with Bitcoin, there's a pretty good chance we see near retrace prematurely, even before it goes up to the bid point at $2.3. On top of that, we have a lot of clusters of order blocks here, which will prevent it from going higher. As you can see, we're already testing the POC, the point of control, at 1.782. So I don't see a lot of upside from near. There's a bearish divergence, perfect. Bearish divergence here on the 4-hour time frame. There isn't any sell signal on a 4-hour time frame from the MRI indicator. Let's actually see what count. I think we might have messed up the count here because of this red candle. Yeah. Yep. So we were almost close to producing a sell signal here, but yeah, it's not happening now. A fresh count is started. Like I said, it all depends on what's going to happen with Bitcoin. So you might prematurely short a lot of altcoins now, but Bitcoin, if Bitcoin price goes up a little until the London Open tomorrow, there's a pretty good chance a lot of altcoins are going to rally as well. With that in mind, you can expect. So there was a lot of okay after this particular expansive move, the selling climaxed at this point here at 1.43, and then there was a lot of buying pressure that came in. So the buying climax at 1.73. Right, let's change the color. Then we have selling climax here. Okay, I don't have that. Okay, selling climax at 1.43. So basically, this is the range, and we might potentially tag this level, sweep it, and a rejection followed by an MSS would be a good place to short near. With that in mind, there is a lot of liquidity down here, although I'm not sure if we collect it right away. But if you just use your fib tool and let's say this, the midpoint is at zero point 0.5. I would definitely love for the price to come down into 62 and 70.5 fib. So if we're lucky and we get a retest of 1.734, I think we should aim for 70.5. Maybe book a little bit of profit around 1.56 and then take off like 75% of your position at 1.43 and leave the rest for 1.385. That's what I'm looking at. As for the stop loss, this should technically be safe. There's a small high volume node present here. So yeah, honestly, you can start reducing your position if you flip 1.743 and hold above, right? If you get something like this, right? If you flip 1.743 and hold here, you should kind of consider reducing your position until we get some sort of confirmation or a market structure shift on a 1 hour time frame. So yeah, that's what's up with near. What's next one is ops done ape. Sell signal on a 4 hour time frame. We did break out of this declining trend line. So there's a nice expansion. Okay, just looking at it from a 1 day time frame perspective, there was a good thrust above 4.1, 4.9 basically. And I would be surprised if it stops now. There's a good chance we go above $5, sweep the liquidity resting above these highs at 5.2, 5.3, and then come down. But if you see a lot of strong rejection at 4.95, then maybe we just come back down here and consolidate here. I think 4.187 is a neat and a stable support. So we don't want to see Ape losing that. If you lose that, there's a ton of liquidity above all these higher lows. So yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, I'm not gonna give you any setup for this one because it looks pretty. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't trade this ape right now. It looks strong because it's overcome this how long ago? 180 days resistance level. So and on top of that we have this ascending triangle that it formed. And if you look at the target for this, very crudely put, it could go all the way up to 5.5. So yeah, I'm staying away from ApeCoin because we could see it retest this level. So yeah, that's what's up with Ape. This is a coin that I haven't looked at in a while. This looks an awful lot like a double bottom, and if this double bottom thing is going to continue, I think we've already hit the target for Wu. The FEG has been perfectly tagged. And if you look at, actually, I'm gonna consider this. We're already at a midpoint. So yeah, this is also primed for shorting, in my opinion. We could go all the way down to 1.41, 1.42. Yeah, we're at a high volume node. I mean, there is, see, depending on how correlated this coin is to Bitcoin, it could, or if it's not correlated to Bitcoin, we could see it go up to 0.165, and then get rejected here because there's not a lot of liquidity after this crash that took place. So yeah, honestly, I think this is done, uh, and we should see it come down to 1.14, a good place to short. But the only thing that's kind of, holding me back is because of the liquidity here. But if we just extend this all the way down to this particular drop, we are at a formidable level. So break 1.53, and then maybe we can see some sort of play happen. Okay, so basically we formed a low swing low here. It looks pretty good on a 1 hour time frame. So another push up followed by a market structure shift. Open a short position here, book profits around here. That's it. And the last coin for the day, I'm gonna end the stream after this, is BNB. No, I think I did this. BNB USD perp. Yep. Okay, so we have this small range that I marked out a few days ago. And then I have this small range. Price is broken above that. Okay, looks pretty good. Okay, let me hide this for now. Okay, so we basically had this small range. Price was above 50 for quite some time, which signaled strength, and then it finally broke out, retested the lower limit, and then continued going higher. So now again, we're at an important level, retesting this. I'm pretty sure there is bearish divergence taking place on a lower time frame perspective. It is happening. Okay, the sell signal is pretty reliable, unlike the buy signal. And what's the current? Okay, we're at 7. Yeah, we might not get a perfect TD9, but I think the top formation is close by. So I think we should just wait. I'm not gonna be actively looking to short BNB. But the other coins that I provided setup for are looking pretty good, and I already opened a short position for Optimism. Accidentally opened it a lot lower than I would love to, and Optimism is looking pretty good. Damn, I'm already up $30. Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, so that pretty much concludes the stream. And what are we doing with copy trade? Yeah, dude. So a lot of people are facing problems with copy trading. The Trader Wagon UI is not pretty good. A lot of people are hating it. So I think I'm just gonna end the copy trading for Trader Wagon. And I think somebody mentioned, I'm not sure who it was, maybe Semper. Somebody else mentioned that I should do it on BitGet. Was it BitGet or what exchange? I'm not sure what. So if you guys see the message, please tag me in it. I'll explore other copy trading options. So yeah, that's it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. If you did, I'm gonna post the video link on Twitter. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day.